Yo traders, what's good? So if you're new, then welcome to the channel, but if you've subbed up, welcome back. I salute every single one of you and I appreciate you all. So just gonna go over today's trades, pre-London session and New York session, and I'm gonna drop some gems in this video. So I'm gonna teach you some little things that you might not know about how I trade ranges. I trade ranges a little bit different. I don't really wait for breaks and retests anymore. I kind of anticipate which way is going to break out the range, and if you want to know how, then watch this video. I'm going to show you how I anticipate where price is likely to break out of a range. All right, so that's one thing. And the next thing I'm going to teach in this video as well is why and how I find it easy to hold my trades sometimes. Like people asked me earlier on, Dolaris, one of my boys in the Discord, and someone else as well, I think it was Croonan. Two people have requested this today. They've said, bro, how do you hold trades? Like, why are you comfortable holding trades to take profits? Why are you so comfortable it's going to get at that take profit? So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on why and how I hold my trades and why I think it's going to get it, right? Is all to do with liquidity, but watch this video. Also, before I jump straight into the video, I just want to shout out Fusion Markets, the personal broker that I use. I trust them with my life at this point, but well, not with my life, but I trust them with my money at this point. So Fusion Markets, best Forex broker 2025, links in the description. Also, I don't know when I'll be coming back to live streaming on Twitch for free. I am going to do it. It's probably going to be in the next week or two. I'll be back, right? But yeah, I don't know. For now, all I'm doing is streaming on Discord. So if you want to catch my live streams every day, pre-London, London session, and New York is all going to be on Discord, all right? So links in the description for that, the first one. Also, if WAP is trying to bum you with taxes at the checkout and add extra money on, just DM me on Discord or drop a comment in the YouTube videos and I'll hook you up with a Stripe link and there'll be no taxes, so it'll be cheap for you, all right? But anyway, with all of that bullshit said, let's get into this fucking video. All right, so I get on the charts every day for 6:45 in the morning. UK time, 6:45 is my London, pre-London, sorry, my pre-London. So I'm ready for that 7 a.m. volume. So I'm on a 1 minute time frame. I'm looking at gold, and what am I seeing? Well, I have these boxes on there, but let me just remove them because I know exactly what I was looking for, what I was drawing. I can remember it all. So we got a range. Now, don't worry about what it looks like all the way to the left. We're focusing on price now, okay? So I'm looking at what's going on now. What am I seeing? Well, I'm seeing an overall kind of range, but I'm even going to go even more further down and zoom in a little bit more. This is what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on how price is trapped within this range. There's multiple ranges. You can't get this wrong. There's multiple ranges. There's a big one there. You're in this little one there. Now, right now, as it stands, we're ranging towards the bottom of the main range. So we're ranging inside a range and we're ranging towards the bottom. So at this point, I'd be looking and saying, okay, this shit could break to the downside now. You know what I mean? Because in a range, you want to look at what it's doing. So if it's ranging towards the bottom of the range box, like this, and getting smaller, it's trying to break to the downside. And if it goes to the top, it's trying to break to the top side, right? So anyway, I'm on the charts, I'm looking, I'm saying what's going on. Well, I can see this clearly. It's like trend line going on. It's not perfect, but I'll put it there anyway. We got like a little trend line going on. Put that purple so don't confuse people. And what else have I got? What else can I do? Well, I can put an EMA on there. 50 EMA right now. We're underneath the 50 EMA. So I'm definitely looking for sells at this point. The only way I'm not going to be looking for sells is when price breaks above the EMA and this trend line. My bad. Above the EMA and the trend line and wants to carry on. All right. So right now I'm looking for sells. But I'm not really taking any trades until we find direction. So we're in a range and I know this. I want to see price break out of the range, retest, and drop, or vice versa to the upside. So we get a break of the trend line. We close above the EMA. Cool. We still haven't exited this range box though. So forget this big one. Look at the one we're in now. We haven't really exited it. So if I was to put my breakout lines there, we're still kind of hovering around it, So I'm kind of rejecting this EMA. And we're trying to push to the upside. So I'm really thinking about buys now, okay? There we go. We're retesting it again. You can adjust your breakout line. What are we also doing? If you look really closely, we're starting to range at the top of the range box. So we are rejecting an EMA and we're starting to range at the top of the range, right? We're trying to push up. We're trying to go up. We're not trying to come down. Okay, so As soon as I see a little break to the upside, I'm getting in. Basically, that was the moral of the story. The moral of the story, sorry. That was my motto and moral of the story. So 4 pips, 4 points, whatever the fuck you want to call that. Number 4 is usually my thing for gold. Now, I use the CAFX Liquidity Pro. Go check it out. It's just literally showing you take profit levels. So I'm just waiting for the break now. Everything's telling me I'm not ready to come down. The liquidity's right there. I want to go sweep these highs. And we're overall ranging anyway in this bigger range. So seeing as we're ranging in this fucking big range, let's just ride it back to the top of the range, right? Makes sense. Boom. There it is. So that was my trade from today, pre-London session. Nasty, horrible, choppy range trade, but we all still made money and we all ate. So there we go. That's how I deal with ranges, pretty much. To be even more safe, you could have waited for it to break out of the range, retest the EMA like it did then. You know, didn't quite tap into the 50 EMA, but you changed it to a 25, and it's gonna show you that it rejected the 25 EMA, right? So there it is, rejected the 25 EMA. So now you've got a breakout of the range, a retest of the EMA, a rejection. All you're looking for is another break above. What happens? Breaks above. That's breakout trading for you, my friends. In a fucking nutshell, that's breakout trading for you. It don't get much better than breakout trading, I'll tell you that. So that was gold. Now let's move on to NASDAQ. So how did I catch this? Let me get rid of these purple lines. They're just manual take profits. I actually use the indicator a lot more than manually doing it. So there we go. How did I catch this trade? Why did I use a 50 pip stop loss? I'll run you back. Now, I trade the 5-minute time frame for the New York session if the 5-minute time frame is looking clean. Otherwise, I'll go to the 15 probably. I won't go to the 1 minute though. It's 5 or 15 minute. So 5-minute time frame is looking clean. Let me just run you back as if we were doing it from the beginning. Fuck it. I'll do it straight from the jump. So, boom. First thing I'm looking for is clear support and resistance, right? Just before that 9:30 Eastern. Anywhere price is slightly pushed up from or pushed down from, right? Right now, this is our support and resistance, the major ones. You could have your mid-levels like this if you really want to get technical. You know, it's up to you, to be honest. So I do use the candle bodies to put my breakout lines, but I will use the wicks as well. So, you know, if price is really close to it, I'll just use the wicks instead. It's a personal preference, this one. It doesn't really matter. When that volume kicks in, it doesn't matter what you're using, wicks or bodies. Where am I targeting to? I'm targeting liquidity, okay? 1 hour, 4 hour, whatever. I'm targeting these purple lines. That's all that matters. Now, I usually use a 20 pip stop or a 25 pip stop. Why did I use a 50 pip stop loss today? Good question, even though nobody asked me. So the reason I used the 50 pip stop loss instead of a 25 today is because the fucking candles are huge. So get a ruler out and measure this. This one candle was 60 pips. 60 pips. Now, if I was to have used a 25 pip or a 20 pip stop loss, look at how small them stop losses look. I can't do it to myself. What you've got to do when the stop losses look tiny like that is adjust them, make them bigger. So I was comfortable using a 40 or a 50 pip stop loss today, okay? I'm going for a 1 to 2 because there was loads of volume in the markets. The candles are huge. So I'm not using 20 pips. I'm looking at it and going, yeah, 50 looks quite cool. I'll use 50. Now, what do I do when I use 50? Instead of going in with my usual amount of lots, like 20 lots, 20 units or whatever, I'll cut it in half. So I'll use 10 or maybe 15. I'll lower the amount that I go in with, basically. So if the candles are huge and volume's big, lower the amount you're going in with. All right, it makes sense. Otherwise, you go in with the normal amount, you're going to get fucking eaten alive really quickly. So anyway, back to why and how I can hold my trades and go for take profits, because that's what these purple lines are for, right? So that's why I use it. It's not like I use it for fun and it looks good. This indicator is a fucking lifesaver. So if you're struggling with holding trades, it's all about your psychology. I jump on a call every day. I jump on lives and I tell my people in the lives, Spartans, are you ready? Be ready like warriors. We ain't worrying. We ain't thinking about, this might be a fake out. This might go against me as soon as I press buy or sell. No. Bitch slap. We're fucking pressing buy or we're pressing sell and we're taking it like men and women and champs, right? We're not thinking about the outcome. We're thinking about how quick we can push that button as soon as our line gets stepped on. And then we manage it. We don't avoid losses. We manage losses, okay? So we come to the charts. We know we got a job to do. All we need to do is push that button and buy or sell, get out in profit or get out in a loss, and control it and control our emotions. And don't be little trading junkies and overdo it and blow the account. It's a business. We got something to do. So grow some balls or strong tits or whatever you are, man or woman. I don't give a shit if I get demonetized anymore. Just be brave. Stop being scared. Really, like, honestly, I swear, like, I try and tell everyone who asks me this stuff, how do you avoid fake outs? They come over for coaching and I'm like, look, let me break it down to you in the best way ever. Shut the fuck up and press buy or sell. When the line gets stepped over, we're breakout trading. We're sweeping liquidity. So if we're sweeping liquidity and we're targeting liquidity, what does that mean? That means these purple lines there that I've made the indicator for, they're liquidity. They're going to get swept. They're magnets for price. So whatever gets broken first, as soon as it gets broken, okay, as soon as it gets stepped over like this, I'm in. I don't wait for the candle close. I'm already in. Earlier on, we got in and we had to wait. We got in. The candle started pulling back. It was tweaking. We were like, fuck it. We're riding it. And we got in, man. And boom. There we go. Swept. Now, there's lots of lines. You might think, which ones do I target? You target the ones that align with your take profit. So if you're going for a 1 to 2 or a 1 to 3, let's say, and you'd go, oh man, I really want to learn how to hold my trades for a 1 to 3. Let's say you grew some balls. All right, let's just say this. And this ain't sexist. Grow some tits, whatever you are. All right. Just be brave. So look, if you said you wanted to hold for that 1 to 3, I'm holding for that 1 to 3. I am not going to close. And you actually didn't close. Look at what would have happened. Absolutely killed it. Yeah, it probably would have stopped you out. Okay, fair, would have stopped you out if you really did set your stop loss there or whatever. But if you stuck to your guns and let that shit play, it would have smashed. And not just that anyway. Fuck waiting through all that drawdown bullshit. I got out there. I got out before that. I got out around about there. Okay, so I got my 1 to 2. I was fine. I held it. Everyone was like, "How did you hold, bro? Why are you holding?" I'm like, because let's be real. The take profit's right there. Why would I not be holding for that to get hit? Price is there. Liquidity's there. It wants to sweep that liquidity. And this one, we just seen that it swept it, but it went and fucked around first before sweeping it. It wants that. So I'm going to let it get it. Boom. Now I'm out. I'm done. Dunzos. It's up to you if you want to keep trading now. But there we go. That's what we do. We're in, we're out. So my answer to people who want to know how I hold trades, why I hold trades, is because I know price wants to go and grab liquidity. I'm not just holding in, hoping. I'm not just doing this, look. I'm not just saying, all right, if I set my stop loss to 50 pips, I want to get a 1 to 2, so it has to be 100 pips. Well, that's a good way of thinking it, but at the same time, if you need to look to the left and say, does it make sense? Is price being pushed up? Is it doing this? Are all of these areas? Because then you don't even need the liquidity indicator, right? So look, say this was your stop loss. Whatever, 60 pips, whatever the fuck you want it to be. That's your stop loss. You're going to look over to the left and you're going to put your TPs wherever price has been pushed down from and wherever price has been pushed up from, okay? All of these are take profits. And when price breaks, realistically, you want to see price get pushed down. Now you can put a take profit there as well. So this is where your take profits are. And when price opens up on the New York Open, it's going to break up and take out new highs, or it's going to break down and take out lows. That is it. That's it in a nutshell, all right? So that was today's breakdown, recap, and me rambling and talking some shit, but hopefully you can take some gems from it. I love you, bless, and I'll see you tomorrow.